I love it. I love it. I love it. I think Tim McGraw with a debut announcement is possible. I just don't think it's the most likely thing that's going to happen. But, like, who fucking knows with her, right? Like, who fucking knows? It is an exclusive performance. So I think people are confusing exclusive with never before seen. Exclusive means that no one has the video rights to it yet, except for Taylor's team. Never before seen performance, we've seen it all. Exclusive means that her team is the only one that has those rights to filming that recording. So yes, it absolutely would be. There's no other chance. It has to be Mirabal and Tim McGraw. It has to be. And that's why they're quoting Mirabal today. I hear you and I see. Thanks, Amanda. Felt. It's an anniversary again. Monday's an anniversary too. That's why they're tweeting. They're crazy. I love them. I expected a tweet yesterday, I'm not going to lie, but this one makes more sense. I expected a tweet yesterday because it was the anniversary of 22 music video, I think. Today makes more sense because they can quote Mirabal. That's the thing, like a live surprise song album, there's so many options, but we have to, like, for me, I've been a Swiftie since 2008. Right? 2006, I think. You have to follow the Easter eggs. She hasn't really been Easter egging for like a live surprise song album. They've been pushing the surprise song sets, but they haven't really been linking that to an album. In my opinion. I think it's pointing clearly to like the anniversary of the Eras Tour. It's Eras Tour related. To me, it just makes the most sense. And I think putting out a surprise song album would be really, really, really hard. First off, because that's going to be one long ass album, or she has to pluck and pick and choose. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more likely we see that as some sort of special edition or something. Also, would still really like to have Midnight's 3 a.m. on vinyl. Literally any day. Still waiting. Guys, if you're confused how to watch the award show, I would recommend just Googling it. How to watch iHeart in Germany, and it'll tell you. Stars. They just tweeted stars. They said, so special with stars. I can't make it up. They're doing it. Thanks for the follows, guys. That's so nice. Voting is closed now, Penny. Voting is closed. So see, what I think Flower is like, I think we need to close the chapter on the Eras Tour and then move on to the TS12 chapter, which is, I think, what we're doing. Because if you guys remember, like, our re-records didn't really get their own eras. After she announced, like, Speak Now Taylor's version or 1989 Taylor's version, they reverted, like, all of her profile pictures reverted back to Midnight's. We were still in the Midnight's era until we switched to Torture Poets department. So for me, we're sort of closing this chapter on the Eras Tour on Monday. And I think we're moving into officially, like, I think she's been soft launching the TS12 era anyways. She said that when she's released an album, she's already moved on to the next thing. But it makes sense if it's like, I don't know. I just feel like Monday's the close and we're starting the new TS12. I don't think anything is going to get the Red Taylor's version treatment. Red's her favorite. I think that's, yeah. Yeah, I think that the fans have hyped up Reputation more than anything. And we love it. It's a beloved album. But I'm going to be so honest with you. I think that debut is going to outperform it. I think debut Taylor's version will outperform Reputation Taylor's version easily. Because debut is more radio friendly. Reputation did not do well, y'all. I know we loved it, but it did not commercially do well. It does not have a lot of radio hits. We love it. It doesn't mean I don't love it. But it just doesn't have a ton of radio hits. Debut, single, 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 single. You know what I mean? I think Debu's way gonna outchart Reputation Taylor's version. And the vault tracks, everyone keeps talking about it, but like, we don't know what those are gonna be. The 1989 vault was elite, but it still didn't like, Is It Over Now wasn't number one on streaming for like 3 months. You know what I mean? It still performed very well, but it wasn't this like groundbreaking, like major, I don't know how to explain it, but like, I don't know. I don't think that there's a chance that the Reputation re-record, including the vault, is going to upstage the debut re-record. I just don't. I think that debut re-record is so underappreciated by so many Taylor Swift fans, but it's so radio friendly and people love it. People love it. Thank you guys. Thanks for the roses and all the hearts and everything. That's so nice. I'm just yapping away. Know that I love you. I'm just like chatting. Right. Like, yeah, the nostalgia, the full, yep, totally. I love debut. I love debut so much. I'm excited for either of them. I'm excited for both. And the thing is, we know they're both coming. So it's not crazy to be like, when's Reputation coming? When's debut coming? Like, she told us they're coming. It's not crazy to speculate on that or anything like that. Can we discuss concepts for TS12? Say less. Amanda's in here. Let's go. Yeah, we can discuss concepts for TS12. Here's where I'm at with TS12. Like I said, I think officially that era is going to launch on Monday. I think I saw Caitlin in here too. Yep, there's Caitlin. Amanda and Caitlin are my TS12 girlies. Yeah, I think for me, it's super clear, like TS12 is happiness, fun, magic. It's going to be a glitter gel pen album. It's going to be a colorful album. It's going to be, there's something with the stars. Now, I don't know if that's even a play on lyrics or an album title. I don't think so. Because for Torture Poets, she did the braids and the chains, and that was a theme to me. It was house arrest and it was cardiac arrest. The braids and the chains, like, that was the thing. The braids of lies, right? It was a lyrical metaphor. I think for TS12, the stars are going to be very similar. Like, I don't think TS12 is going to be called like, all the stars aligned, it's starlight or anything like that. I just think it's a lyrical metaphor that she's sort of like using to visualize it. Like, he shot for the stars on that one. Yes, Caitlin, yes, he shot for the stars on that one. Things like that. The plaid, I think, is just like a visual look to like tie things together, because it's not just plaid, it's gingham, it's linear. The LV pattern is a crisscross pattern. It's not just plaid, but in the same way that like the academia, right? Academia was the look for the Torture Poets department, but like this plaid, this linear, this lines, these patterns are an aesthetic for TS12. No anxiety, just loving being with your best friend. I love that. I love that. Yes, totally. Love her without the anxiety. Glitter gel pen pop girly. Yeah. I love it so much. Like, False God meets So High School meets I Think He Knows. Imagine. Mm-hmm. And I think, honestly, like, I've said this to my Discord before. To me, and I even said this to my dad the other day. To me, okay, Torture Poets Department is a double album. And we have, let's just shoot low and say 2 confirmed songs on there about Travis Kelce. The Alchemy and So High School. Okay? So you're telling me that she was writing this album for at minimum 2 years. She was with Travis Kelce for just a couple months before she submitted this album. And she already got 2 songs about him landed on that album. So how many songs did she actually write about Travis Kelce in those first months? You know what I'm saying? How many didn't make the cut? And how did her writing start to change? Because I think that you can clearly see that. We go in Torture Poets from... I mean, Fortnite, I hate it here. How did it end? I look in people's windows. Clara Bow. And then like the manuscript. Put those side by side to So High School and The Alchemy. And even But Daddy, I Love Him. I think you can make that argument too. You know what I mean? They're not quite... Like this is a very... It was house arrest and cardiac arrest, but what does So High School and The Alchemy have to do with that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And I think when she said, I don't want to do anything I've ever done before, breaking the pattern, and see you next era, this whole pattern of 2 re-records, 1 new album, 2 re-records, 1 new album, we made that up. We made that up. Taylor Swift never came out and said, there's a pattern. I like to do 2 re-records in 1 year, and then the next year I'll do a new album. We made that up. We made that up entirely. In fact, when I said TS11 was coming in the middle of tour, people told me no way. Because it was in the middle of tour and she would never release an album on tour. So you know what I mean? Like we established a pattern based off of ultimately what she did. But that doesn't mean that that's what she's adhering to, you know? She said, hold my beer. She did. I am from Kansas City. I've never met Travis Kelce, but there's on my page, you can go back if you want to. It's a long time. When those rumors first started of Taylor and Travis dating, I made a video. And I literally was like, dude, we don't have any reason to believe he's not a good guy. Like, I remember saying, like, Taylor, if you want to give this dude a chance, like, he seems like a good person, you know? Everything that I've always heard about Travis was that way. Obviously, it's different now because there's so many more, like, cameras on him and there's so many more people involved. But, like, this is also the same man who just went to a Chiefs fan's wedding because he could. And he was available. And he wanted to support them. So he went. Same man who founded Operation Breakthrough. Same man who does 87 and running. Like, I don't know. I've always loved Travis Kelce. He has been my favorite player since probably his second year. I love Travis Kelce. I'm very happy he's playing again. Yeah. I know I missed something. I think Stacy said something. So sorry. I thought she wanted to maybe get the re-records out of the way. I thought so too. But no, I guess not. I guess she doesn't. I did watch Catching Kelsey. It was terrible. It was such a bad show. But, you know, I think the thing that I remember most from that show is that there were quite a few girls who became really close after that show. And that to me, how do I say this? So similar to The Bachelor, I think a lot of the reason some of those girls create such good bonds with each other is because the romantic lead maybe knows that they're not endgame, and so their connection isn't, so it doesn't feel like a competition. It feels like they're hanging out with their girlfriends. Does that make sense? So I think, yeah, I mean, the one thing I took from that is that, there were a few girls that Travis had genuine, romantic relationships with, but I think there was a lot of them there that, it was 50 women, let's be so honest, 50 women, that, obviously he was just nice to and friends with, and they, parted on good terms, you know? Hi, Danielle. Yeah, I disagree, Presley. I think the debut is wildly commercial successful. And the only reason it didn't do better at the time is because Taylor Swift was relatively unknown. But she still had tons of #1 hits from that album. So that should really jar a lot of fans. I think a lot of newer Swifties especially are really sleeping on Debut because it's so country. I think people are making a big mistake sleeping on that album. I think it's going to perform very well because it's so commercially successful. And this country pop thing now, like when she first did Debut, country pop was sort of like, how do I say it? The attitude around country pop was like, that's not real country. But then Taylor came around, and then Florida Georgia Line came around and did like their rapping thing, and Kelsea Ballerini came through, and like the pop country as a genre really sort of got a huge boost. And then Taylor left it and went straight pop. But I think we're really underestimating how much that specific subgenre of music, how well it's done in Taylor's absence. I think the country pop thing is really like her secret weapon. I do too, Caitlin. I love it so much. I don't care what anyone says. Pop country is incredible. Incredible. I don't follow Florida Georgia Line, so I didn't know they broke up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw them open up for Taylor on the Red Tour. And that was really the only time I got into their music. I'm going to be so honest. I don't listen to a lot of male artists. Not too many. Pop country forever. Oh man, I learned some real disappointing things about Kirk Cousins the other day too. Speaking of Vikings. Whew. Real disappointed in that. Yeah. Did I see Kelsea Ballerini on tour? Not yet. I'm going in Kansas City and in Tulsa, and I'm very excited. My male artist list has dwindled. Yeah, it really has. What did Cole's Cash Kirk do? Amanda, I'm going to give you 2 guesses. You know what he did. You know what he did. I am going to Tulsa. I know, I'm sorry, Amanda. I know, I'm so sorry. Siobhan. No, I did not see Rishi say that he was part of the reason Travis came back. I love that. I love that so much. I love that. I like Rishi. I did see a video of him today talking about how much security Taylor has with her when she like goes around. And the host he was talking to seemed to be surprised by that. Of course, this was, again, an all-male podcast. We really need to take the mics from some of these guys. They didn't say anything bad. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Perfect. They didn't say anything bad, but, like, a lot of the hosts were like, whoa, she has that much security? And I commented, please, if you see it, go boost my comment. I was like, she walked into her home to a strange naked man in her bed. Of course she has security. Of course she has security. And again, Rishi did not say anything bad. Rishi was like, she just travels with a crew of people. Like, I just feel like the hosts weren't getting it, you know? Like, they weren't getting it. Thank you. Lavender's my favorite color. I feel like it actually is flattering to me. One of many, like, one of few colors that do. Thanks, Becca. Thanks, Amanda. You guys are fun. Well, I think also, too, like, just the female experience, right? Like, they don't understand. As a normal woman, I'm terrified just to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma on my own. Like, I'm not. But this is why. Like, I could have, but I don't want to do that because of safety. And people are crazy, right? But, like, I'm literally just a 35-year-old mom from Missouri. Imagine Taylor Swift, you know? Same woman who, I won't say anything, but same woman who, like, constantly has people talking crazy about her and stalking her, breaking into her home. seemed like they were baiting for more information. I would agree with that. Yeah. Just from the short clip that I saw, it seemed like they were baiting for info. Yeah. I remember one time when I lived in Colorado, I was working late. I'm bringing my husband with me to Tulsa, but I'm going to go to the show alone. Like, he's just going to walk me to the venue so that I'm not scared. But if you're going to be in Tulsa, yeah, send me a DM. I'd rather be with a group than force my husband to drive with me, you know? But I don't want to go alone because people are weird. Yeah. Right, she couldn't take a commercial flight, and that sucks. That really sucks. Mirrorball's a hint for Monday. I think so, Danny. Yeah, I think so. Your friend had an AirTag put on her car? Oh my God. That's so violating. Is she okay? That's awful. Jesus. So, like, of course Taylor Swift needs hella security, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry to your friend. I hope she's okay. Monday, I think we finally get an answer to whatever Taylor has been filming. Finally get an answer. And I think there's a huge ass chance this exclusive performance they're showing is a clip from a larger film that she's presenting us. Film and or documentary. I think this exclusive performance is being used as her announcement, right? We got, like, just imagine it. Just, like, put, for the hope of it all, another star tweet. Amanda, are you clocking this? Another star. You guys, Monday. Stars are TS12. We're closing Eras Tour on Monday, moving into TS12. I think we're getting TS12 this fall. I'm so sorry. I'm overstimulated. Yes, I'm overstimulated. Yeah, yep. No, I don't think it's a recording of her warming up. They were very clear that it's an exclusive performance from Glendale. The only thing we haven't seen is the one, 'Tis the Damn Season, and surprise songs, because everything else has already been released. So the pattern is something we made up. We talked about that a bit ago. She never said she has a pattern. We made that up. We created a pattern. When all of the signs are showing something, it doesn't do anyone any good to just dig your heels in and you know what I mean, be like, there's a pattern. She's literally, like, she's right here. She's walking towards the sign that says 12. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's totally gonna do what she wants. And those things of saying, I don't like doing what I've done before, see you next era. Everyone should have went, 1 second. You know what I mean? Like, I have not had any conversation about any release pattern since I saw that in the book, because that proves to me that, like, she doesn't want a pattern, right? She doesn't want to do what's expected. She wants to do what's next, like what's unexpected. What did Becca say? I also think she'll change her plans if something else presents herself. And I think that's exactly what happened. Okay, so do you guys want to hear my crazy conspiracy theory? I do have reasons to believe this, but, like, this is just a theory. My running theory is that she conceptualized Torture Poets Department as TS11 for a very long time. She wanted it to be a double album. That was a goal she set for herself, but she didn't know how she was going to do it. She knew that she wanted the colors to be black and white for that double album. She's very inspired by the Beatles. That all tracks, right? And that's something she decided 3 years before she actually announced the Torture Poets Department. COVID happens. She writes Folklore Evermore, right? All of that happens. We cancel Loverfest, like all of those things. Like this is all, I'm getting in the weeds. Let's reel it back. Taylor plans Torture Poets Department 3 years in advance. She knows she wants to make it a double album. We are still in the pandemic when she's planning these things. I need to make that clear. Okay. Red Taylor's version comes out, then Midnight's happens, and then we're finally like, hey, we can tour. She goes on tour. The plan is to do the re-records. We are in our re-record era. The plan is to not release a new album until after tour. It's the tour wrap-up in London, which is when she's going to announce TS11. The plan is London. That's how she's going to wrap up the tour. She announces Speak Now on tour. Everything goes as planned. She announces 1989 on tour. Everything goes as planned. And then Travis Kelce happens. And her writing changes. And we can see it. The evidence of the writing changing is on the Torture Poets Department. We can see the evolution of her going from How Did It End, The Black Dog, I Look in People's Windows, to The Alchemy So High School. The writing changed. She could not continue writing for the Tortured Poets Department because she was already inspired by something else. So she releases the Tortured Poets Department and pushes the re-records to the side to highlight the Tortured Poets Department. Now, I do think she had planned on still doing something in London. I think she had planned on releasing, or at least announcing, Reputation Taylor's version in London, but Vienna happened. And then it was like, I'm not doing this. Vienna needs, you know what I mean? We need to be respectful. We need to just put a pause. It's not happening. So I think like all of this is evidence that Taylor is capable of pivoting, changing her plans, adjusting things. And I think we need to be very scared of that. I think we need to be very scared of that. But to me, the proof is in the pudding. She was writing, and Travis Kelce happened, and the writing changed. And so she had to make a clear delineation and say, okay, I need to put this album out as it is because I love it and it's great, but I can't continue writing from house arrest or cardiac arrest because I'm not there anymore, right? That's my crazy conspiracy theory based off of parasocialism, music, and neurodivergent pattern recognition. There we go. Happy to be here. I also wasn't planning on being alive for an hour, but here we are. So here we are. Travis happened for the good, for sure. For sure. I think it makes sense too, right? I think it makes sense too. And I think like the man wall originally, I think that she meant to follow that. I think the man wall was an original Easter egg for what was coming in the order, but then COVID happened and things, things changed. So we had to scrap that. The Karma coffee cup. When she released that, she knew what she was doing. Like, to me, when she released those, like she knew, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was leading us astray and she was reveling in it. That's scary. Hi, Danielle. Glad you're here. I know. I'm just like answering DMs, answering emails while I'm chatting with you guys. It's because I get very excited about Taylor Easter egging new albums. It's so exciting. To be clear, I don't think we're getting anything until the fall, probably, as far as new albums go. If there's TS12, if we're turning a corner into the TS12 era officially on Monday, which I do, I think that will come in fall. When does the Grammy cycle end? I don't know if it matters. She doesn't have anything in this Grammy cycle, but just out of curiosity. I know I'm excited to see what she's wearing too. I don't think it's grunge because it hasn't matched what she's been doing. And I do think she's already in that era. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gray hearts for Folklore. They just tweeted out, Taylor Nation. I did call Torture Poets Department. I was very excited about that based on her style and her eggs and her nails. And just like what she was doing. I called Torture Poets Department being announced at the Grammys. I'm proud of it. Write it on my tombstone. I've been wrong more times than I've been right, but I was right about that one thing, and you best believe it, I'll never shut up about it. I don't care. So deadlines for trademarks is tricky, right? Because those deadlines for trademarks, if they expire, all she does is reapply. She doesn't lose the trademark. All she has to do is reapply for it. And also, we're forgetting that she has the most powerful lawyers in the world. So I think for debut, she has extensions left. I don't think for reputation, she technically does. But again, she just has to reapply for it. The missing green and yellow. No, I don't think she's pulling a dusty, sweaty, crusty tour costume for iHeart. Yeah, I think those are long gone. I personally think those two outfits are to represent the two missing re-records, green and green and green and gold. I don't think they were for Vienna. She wouldn't have worn the green top twice in a weekend. I think it's to represent those two missing re-records. Hi, Brittany. How are you? I saw that Eric commented on your video the other day about Aaron Rodgers. I laughed my ass off. I was going to text you, but I gardened and forgot. Guys, by the way, if you don't follow Brittany, let me pin her. Guys, this is my friend Brittany. This is Brittany. Follow Brittany. She does a lot of football Taylor content too. Yeah. It was so funny. She posted a video about how she was hoping that like Aaron Rodgers didn't come to her team, which like, yes, valid, Jenna, valid AF. And Travis, his friend, commented on it and was like, LOL. It was so funny. It was so funny. They love us. They love us. Story of my life, Katie. Yes, correct. Story of my life. Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. See, I missed going live. It's just like it's always just, sometimes people can be really mean in lives, you know? So I always feel really like still self-conscious about going live. And I'm always happy I do because you guys are so nice to me and I love you. But I always get insecure right before I go live. The cardigans that are hidden on their site, I mean, I'm going to be honest. That doesn't mean anything's imminent. The merch bot that reported that also, thank you guys, you're so nice to me. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Julie. The merch bot that recorded those cardigans did also admit that it is different than what they've usually tracked. Now, they could be shipping from a different warehouse just to restock. They could be shipping to like try to avoid a tariff tax, which is possible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it necessarily means anything is coming imminent. The one thing we've learned about cardigans is that they don't need to be for a new album or anything. They could be celebrating, Lover or Midnights or, whatever. And I'll never forget that Lover cardigan. We waited months for that thing. I thought that the merch bot was wrong. So I'm excited by that possibility of cardigans happening, but I personally kind of believe it's just a restock. Yeah, I'm with you, Kaylin. I think it's a restock. But we'll see. I would prove me wrong. That's literally my thing is all the time. Please prove me wrong. Like, please, because I would love it. I would love. I do think we're getting a doc. I think there's just no chance. She filmed all that shit just for the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video. And she kept recording after. See, that's the thing. Oh, hold on. I got the puzzle piece, guys. Oh, there we go. We're good. Why would she record on stage in LA, whatever, leave it there, continue recording behind the scenes, pretend like nothing's happening, release the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video, and then everyone's like, oh, this is what all the behind the scenes was for, blah, 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 blah. And then her ass gets another cameraman and goes on stage with him in Indianapolis. Brings that cameraman on stage in Indy to film her during the Champagne Problems applause. Films Travis, Kelsey, and Andrea arriving in Indianapolis together with a boom mic. It's a doc. It's a doc. It has to be. It has to be. I've been like, and I'll post this full live on YouTube afterwards because I'm like insane. I'll probably break it up because I've been on here way longer than I wanted to. I'll break it up into two, but we're talking about how like the timeline of when she started filming, it just doesn't add up just to be for the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video. Because she started filming before tour even started. She included clips of tour before the tour kicked off in the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video. And that just doesn't make any sense unless she was Easter egging. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is legitimately about her getting on stage and singing and performing with a broken heart. So why would she include footage of before that time? She's been filming way before that, before she started rehearsals. She's been filming when she was recording stage visuals for the Eras Tour. And those clips, some of those clips made it into the I Can Do It With Broken Heart music video. It's concerning. Scary. I think I agree with you, Megan. I think that the doc could definitely be about the re-record process. I think maybe this hybrid thing of the re-record process with the Eras Tour, because they're so linked to me in my head. The re-record process is the reason the Eras Tour exists, you know? If she had not been re-recording, we would have just launched right into a Folklore Evermore tour, and then a Midnights tour, and then a Torture Poets Department tour, right? But the re-records changed everything. The re-records happened, and we said, no, we need to hear All Too Well 10-minute version live. No, ma'am. We need to hear all of these songs. And then she was like, well, okay, how do I do this then? That's why the Eras Tour happened, is strictly because of the re-record. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, this documentary, if it's, in my head, what I want is stage visuals of her showing like the folklore era or the Midnights era or the Torture Poets Department era or whatever. And then how this came to fruition, you know, like show her playing Betty or The One or whatever. And then bring us back to her writing it or accepting the album of the year for it, or just sort of wondering like how she's going to play this, or show me her going through the folklore track list and making cuts for what would be on the set list. Show me her talking about how important these songs are to her, and then cut to a clip of her singing that song acoustically on the Eras Tour. Tell me how I want to see her talking to Tree, like, oh, I want to sing Exile Tonight in LA. Do you think they'll pick up the echoes? Like, I'm not sure if this will work, blah, 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 blah. And then I want to see it cut to the crowd saying, I gave so many signs. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I want to see her talking about the changes she made because she released an album in the middle of her tour, and how the set list changed, and how her outfits changed, and how she went from what she thought would be this very clear-cut tour with, you know, 3 lover bodysuits, the blue, the pink, and the purple. And then she changed everything and went with fanfare and what she saw on TikTok and fan renditions of these bodysuits, and fully just dove in. That's what I want to see. I want to see all of that behind the scenes. I want to see the backup dancers and the singers. I want to see Paul Sidoti and Amos. I want to see all of it. I want to see all of it. And one day, Danielle, I think we might get a PDF or some sort of explanation of confirmed Easter eggs or eggs that we didn't figure out. Yes, I want to see the choreography, Amy, with Mandy Moore. I want to see, because here's the thing with Taylor's dancing. Oh my gosh, can we talk about this? My mom became a Swiftie this year, and she was like, oh my gosh, Taylor is such a great dancer. She's just like really captivating on tour. And I was like, funny that you say that. No one ever said that Taylor was a good dancer. It was a running joke, right? Like, y'all remember for years, people made fun of her, and they were like, oh, it's so rehearsed. She's just Mandy Moore. Mandy fucking Moore. Kudos, because what Mandy Moore did with the Eras Tour is she used choreography that worked for Taylor, right? Taylor's never going to be a choreography kind of gal, right? With her dancers, that's not her thing. But Taylor can rock a runway walk and hit a pose on beat like crazy and work the crowd, and Mandy Moore worked with her. Mandy Moore said, okay, vigilante shit has these little clicks, and okay, maybe we can't expect Taylor to do like a body roll, but we can go, and that can be the choreography, right? It was exactly, Amy, she was playing to her strengths. She was finding things about Taylor that work. And because she played to Taylor's strengths, it ultimately made Taylor look so much better. And I'm really excited for any future tours because I think Mandy Moore's choreography was underappreciated and next level because she really, really made Taylor look her best. And then just seeing the progression of Taylor from Glendale all the way to Vancouver, her confidence level really allowed her to sort of ad-lib a little bit. Like, there wasn't body rolls when she sang Bejeweled, but Taylor got comfortable with the choreography and then did all the extra credit and got graded on a curve, right? And she got super confident with it. And that's why we think Taylor is such a great dancer, because they found something she was good at and they played to it and they just perfected it. I love it. I love it so much. I'm obsessed with the Eras Tour. Can I say that? Is that appropriate? I don't care. I don't care. I am obsessed with the Eras Tour. I love this chat too. Thank you guys. This is fun for me. I'm having a good time. Yeah, one of my favorite things to see are those videos on TikTok of the comparisons from like Arlington or Tampa or whatever to Eras Tour 2 second legs, like especially in Bejeweled, because I think that's the choreography that she really sort of like started branching out more and just owning her femininity. I love it. I love it. I too am obsessed with it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's also fair to say that she got stronger, right? She was on tour for 2 years. So she could have been dealing with a little bit of fatigue during those first couple shows, which is why she just stuck to, the choreography she was given. But as she got stronger and her stamina got higher and her body got used to touring 3 hours every night, I think she was obviously able and more capable of doing other things. So it's just a really, really cool way to see that tour change. I will be updating Mary. So I'll probably update when she gets there. I'll post for you guys what she's wearing and stuff and just a really quick breakdown like usual. And then, I probably won't update for every award she wins, but I'll have one video that kind of shows everything that she has. So yeah. I know there's quite a few streamers streaming, but waking up at 1 a.m. I love seeing her dancers out. Like at the Grammys and at, where were they just at? Was it just the Grammys where we saw everyone? Oh God, has it been that long? Oh, that's so sad. I love seeing her. Oscars, thank you. Oh God, the Oscars. I was like, was it that long ago? The Oscars. I love seeing it. And my Discord starts popping off going, Cam, Sam, yawn. It's just so much fun. So much fun. I love how they've kind of all gotten this notoriety and recognition. And it's not just because they were dancers on the Eras Tour, right? It's because they interacted with us so much on the Eras Tour. I have videos of Tori, I have videos of Wiley, flipping his hair around and, looking me in the eye, I love them. They're so much fun. And that's why we love them, right? Because they weren't just backup dancers for Taylor. Like, they interacted with us too. And I feel like they gave us love right back. It's so fun to see them in the wild doing different things. Do I think she'll bring Travis? I hope so. I sure hope so. Yeah, and their families, like Mark, Kevin's dad, he's been my mutual for so long now, and he's so incredible. All he wants is for his sons to be successful. It's so cute. It is so cute. And Cam's brother, Cam's mom, I have loved just like falling in love with all of them. Really. I think my favorite videos though are, I think the one I'm thinking of is Indy, maybe night 2. During Ready For It, when Taylor does the big ad lib and Tori is on her right and Tori's like dancing, and when Taylor hits the high note, Tori goes, yes! And she's like hyping up with the crowd. It's the most fun thing. Or when Taylor said like Karma's the guy on the Chiefs and all the dancers are like, ah, because they were surprised too. That was one of the best moments. That's what I want to see in the doc. Show us that. Show us that in the documentary. Thanks for the follows, you guys. That's so nice. I also want to see professionally camera behind Taylor when she comes out for Reputation for the first time in Miami in that brand new gold outfit. Cause hoo boy, those videos are so loud. I can't even hear Taylor singing. I can't even pretend to make out the music or like Paul's guitar. And usually I can at least pick up some of the music. I want a professional video of that because that shit was wild, right? Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see that. Taylor Nation, if you're in here. Oh gosh, I know. The smirk. Tori's face when she wore the new bodysuit. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy loud. It was insane. Incredible though. Incredible. Such a moment. And that's why like Taylor's tour outfits should win that iHeart award, because no other tour outfit had that kind of fanfare. Why Miami? That's a great question. I think just honestly opportunity. I think that Taylor started seeing these fan edits of her outfits and decided to run with it. I think the tangerine bodysuit that she debuted in Paris, 100% she saw those Photoshop renderings and she was like, that shit's cute. Cause she knew you would be there, Amanda. Yes, ma'am. I think she saw the Photoshopped versions and she wanted to do a second one, and she debuted it in Miami because that's when she could debut it. I wonder if she originally had planned to debut it in Milan, because that's where Fausto works, and she did debut a new Fearless dress that was gold and black in Milan. She also did, I think the teal Speak Now dress was debuted in Milan. I think she originally wanted to debut it in Milan, but I just don't think it was done yet. I just don't think it was done. Yeah, that's my thought. I agree, Mary. It just took a lot more time. And I think that she also gave him, like, I think she also wanted a lot more outfits for that second leg. So, you know, between the Fearless, the Tarantula dress, and a couple other new ones, I think she was like, okay, hold off on the Rep one. That's fine. You know, she knew what she was doing. I do. I think originally in London, before she even added on the second dates, before she added on New Orleans and Indy and all of that, I think London was originally supposed to be the end of tour. She was going to end there. And I think she was going to announce something in London, because I'm going to be honest with you, the eggs were egging for London. Like, it was there. It made sense, right? And then The eggs were egging again for London, and Vienna happened. So yeah, I think she honestly just changed plans, and that's okay. That's the great thing about Easter egging, is that if nothing ever happens, then we forget about it and it falls by the wayside. No harm, no foul. Yeah, I think that she's definitely going to iHeart. She loves iHeart. No, I wasn't clowning for Blood Moon. I think that it's one of those like funny Taylor Swift things that of course the Blood Moon happened on the 13th. But ultimately, I think most of the astrology stuff is fun coincidence, if not the universe sort of pointing us in the right direction. But I don't think Taylor does that intentionally. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Thank you. It's my Kelsea Ballerini sweat. I love it. It's my favorite color, so I had to get it. Hi, Vaughn. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. I think like, I hope she wears this color, if I'm being honest, to iHeart. I hope she wears this color. It's crazy because I think if I was to like give TS12 a palette, it would be exactly the color palette of the Patterns album. Which is crazy. I don't know if it matters that Patterns has this aesthetic, because you can't trademark that. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it would matter to Taylor, but I think that the TS12 aesthetic is basically what the Patterns aesthetic is. Thank you, Caitlin. Yeah, thanks. I have not seen the role model cover of Nothing New. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Role Model. She could wear red again. She looks great in red. Amazing in red. Yeah, she looked good in that Grammys dress. The Grammys look was her best yet. Her best yet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello, hello. Who just said that? She walked out to So High School? Yep. 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 That one. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, guys, do you know what I think I'm going to do, though? I am going to end the live now. I'm going to split it up into 2 parts and put it on YouTube. So if you missed any of it, it will be on YouTube here shortly. I'm running a Q&A on my Instagram today in my stories. So if you still want to talk and chat about some stuff, head to my Instagram. I'm doing a Q&A. I'll do that. Please follow me on all platforms, because apparently this app may still not be here in a month. Instagram, YouTube, it's all linked, but I'm Swifty and KC on every single platform. I will be hopefully in a live stream tonight for Kelsea Ballerini watching, and I'll post my recap tonight. Yeah, and then we'll have some fun stuff to talk about after Monday with iHeart. So happy Friday, you guys. I hope everyone has a great day. Oh, Siobhan, you're streaming tonight? Hold on, I need to make sure Siobhan is streaming tonight. Must be certain. Because what I can do, Siobhan, is once I see you're live, I'll share it to my story so people can find you too. So follow Siobhan if you're trying to watch Kelsea Ballerini live. She says she's going live tonight from Spokane. And I will share her live into my story as well when you start your live stream, Siobhan, so people can find it. I love you guys. Have a good Friday.